Hi everyone, welcome back to Materia Medica 360 degrees. Sometimes when a patient comes in our clinic and when we are trying to analyze the case, sometimes we start by understanding which kingdom does the patient belongs. For example, whether the patient is in need of a plant kingdom remedy or an animal kingdom remedy or a mineral kingdom remedy or the different other groups of remedies. So often insect group remedies are misunderstood, are less used in our clinical practice. So I thought let's discuss in general what are the basics of insect group of remedies. There are multiple remedies in our Materia Medica that belong to insect group. Now let us see what are the unique features of insects. The first thing we do see is they have jointed appendages. So their appendix have joints. Then another thing that you must remember is that they have a hard exoskeleton. They have a shell. Then the trachea system is very unique, and the eye. Most of the insects, almost all of them, have compound eyes. So these are the important unique features of insect group. And let us see what is the kind of constitution that belongs to this group of remedy. People who are irritable or nervous kind of patients or peevish people generally need of other insect remedy. Often these patients are jealous, and you can see teenage girls or boys require insect remedies. They have some kind of an awkwardness in their behavior. There are many rubrics also related to awkward or drops things which belong to insect group remedies. Coming to the miasm, what is the miasm that will cover? Sora, psychosis and syphilis. So it is covering all the three primary miasms. If you talk about the thermal reaction of the patient, most of the insect group remedies are hot. If we talk about the diathesis of the patient, they generally have scrofulous diathesis. So that means their glands will be enlarged, they will have inflammations in their body, frequent episodes of infections affecting their lymph glands or glands in general. So coming to the sphere of action, it's so important in therapeutic prescription that we understand where insect remedies will be frequently needed. So a lot of skin issues are very well taken care of by insect remedies. Urinary tract, urinary complaints. So the entire urinary tract, whether it is the kidneys or the ureters or the bladder, urethra, entire urinary system covers skin remedies. Gastrointestinal tract often is taken care of by the insect remedies. A lot of kidney cases are wonderfully cured using insect remedies, and of course the genitalia. Both the male and female genitalia requires insect group remedies, and they have a wonderful action in this sphere. Now, what are the remedies that we have in our Materia Medica? There are multiple, but some of them, if I quote, Epismel, we have Blata, Americalis or Orientalis, we have Cantharis, we have Coccus cacti, we have Cymex, we have Culex, we have Formica rufa, and many more. So these are important remedies in our Materia Medica. Now let us see the pathophysiology. This is very important to understand what exactly is covered by these remedies. Now, when we talk about the urinary system, of course, inflammation of any part, symptoms where there is hematuria or there is dysuria or incontinence, excellently cured by insect remedies. Here you can see Cantharis, we always remember in these kind of complaints. In males, if we talk about, there is increased desire, there is nocturnal enuresis, or there is painful erection. In females, mostly the symptoms have inflammatory conditions. There are indurations, whether it is ovarian or uterine. Usually you will see many cases where there is swelling in the ovary or inflammation in the ovary. Along with that, the patient also has urinary complaints. Then you can think of insect remedies. Of course, tumors are very well taken care of. Some kind of growths, benign or malignant, both are very well taken care of by remedies. In skin, when there is burning, that's very important. Stinging, another important characteristic, and swelling. This is very important. Patient can also present with itching, with or without eruptions. In cases of gastrointestinal tract, most of the time there is mucous membrane irritation. So these patients can come with too much discharge or some kind of diarrhea, or there is a dysentery that the patient can present. Eyes also need to be noticed, where there is baggy swelling of the lids. There can be pain with itching in the lids, and even the vision. Whenever there is dimness of the vision, you can think of insect remedies. Of course, there will be a lot of lacrimation because of the irritation. If we take head, whenever there is some kind of a congestion, which is also part of inflammation, even the congestion of the head, patient can also have vertigo, and in fact cases of meningitis, bacterial or viral, can very well be managed with insect group remedies. In fact, there have been certain cases where hydrocephalus have been taken care of by using a group of insect remedies. Now let's talk about the physical generals in insect group. The first thing is that the look of the patient is very pale and waxy. So it's not a healthy looking look. Patients are very sensitive, just like the little insects, tiny insects are so sensitive by their environment, so is the patient. As I told you, the thermals will be hot. There will be almost always some kind of a burning sensation that the patient will quote, some kind of a itching on the skin or the mucous membranes, tenesmus, and increased desire, both in male and female. Discharges are generally offensive. There will be an odor and inflammatory responses in the body. Patients are very drowsy or tired, you can say. In cases of fever, if you are taking care of with an insect remedy, you will notice that the patient will almost always have chills. Now let's see what are the mental generals. Now mentals, so far whatever we have discussed, we will always remember now that they are irritable patients. There will be some kind of a melancholy that you will notice. They may have bad, poor memory, so they may be forgetful. They may ask again and again, what is the dose you told? What is the medicine that I need to take? And there will be restlessness. Just like the little bugs are restless, the patient will also be restless. So there will be a confused state of mind. Patient might be very nervous and they may even weep. They may be weepy and they will say that I'm just awkward in my day-to-day life. If we try to find out the dreams, very often the patients will tell you that I have dreams of flying in the air. So like an insect flying, the patient may have dreams flying in the air. Of course, they are anxious about their health as well. Now, the clinical diagnosis or therapeutics where very frequently insect remedies are used and give wonderful results in few doses only. Cases of abscess, even in bronchial asthma, majority of the urinary tract infections, burns or bites, insect bites, fever, and a lot of skin complaints will be taken care of. Now, modality is the pathognomonic of every remedy. So I always stress on modalities. They are excellent guides in prescription. So the aggravation will be in the night time, touch or motion, warmth. Since the patient is hot, so touch and warmth, the heat in any form will be aggravating the symptoms. In fact, drinking cold water can also aggravate. Now, amelioration, the modalities are open air, so the patient will try to take a walk in the open air or open the windows. Rubbing, which is unusual and that is why very important, and any form of cold application. So these are the important basics of insect group remedies. I hope it helps and give you a guide when the patient is being analyzed and you know that yes, this definitely belongs to an insect group. Thank you very much. Do subscribe and follow for more such videos.